Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Your Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swaukee Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
Welcome into the Coastal Field Services pregame show as Anahuac Sports Live tonight brings you Anahuac Panther football. As Alex Outram, Trent Hart here from Kyle White Field and Kyle White Stadium as an interesting matchup tonight, Trent, between the Panthers and a Garrison Bulldogs 2A football team that is not your average 2A team.
Definitely is not your average 2A football team. Number ranked 6th in the state in Division 2A, Division 1. And, Coach Brandon Alvarez is bringing back 15 returners, starting on offense, only on 2. So that's the main concern. 6 on defense. Then 2023, they were the 12 2A Division 1 finalists, and they were 10-3 overall, 6-1 in district. Like I said, ranked number 6 in Class 2A Division 1 in the state. This is not your ordinary football game that the Anahuac Panthers would see in the preseason, but I think a good one. We talked to Coach Greg Neese in the podcast this last Sunday, and we were wondering how this game came about with the shuffling of the districts and the way that the realignment happened. This was pretty much the game that we had to do. It was slated in Woodville, the halfway point between here and Garrison. However, it did end up getting moved to Anahuac, and in 2025, Anahuac will travel to Garrison.
And looking at Garrison year to date, you mentioned Garrison, the Bulldogs, going 4 rounds deep in last year's state playoffs, losing to district foe Timpson in that final playoff game. But so far this year, a couple of wins both wins by one single point.
Yeah, just a single point. ARP and Wascom, both were excellent games. I got to watch some of those on film. But the Garrison Bulldogs, they're going to have to really lean on an experienced defense. As I mentioned earlier, only returning 2 on offense, 6 on defense. And, they're still trying to probably work out some of those kinks on offense. Expect us to call out Antonio Yarborough last year, 84 tackles, 6 interceptions, and his brother Avery, 74 tackles, 400 yards, and 9 touchdowns rushing. They will be both running the football tonight, and they will be a two-headed monster on offense. There's also Crawford, 76 tackles to his credit. I don't know about that name. Renault. Sorry. Apologize. 48 tackles on his side. Reagan, who had 27 touchbacks on his kickoff, 66 PATs and 6 field goals as a freshman, will also contribute this year as a sophomore. There is a reason why this team is ranked number 6 in the state on 2A. There's another well-rounded. I can't even spit it out tonight. I think you and I both are on the same page. They're a well-rounded football team, and it will be key for the Panthers not to underestimate them just because they're a 2A. This is a good football team.
Yeah, and this Bulldog offense, you're going to see runs, and more runs tonight. Not a very heavy pass offense. It is going to be focused on the run, and like you said, they've got a two-headed monster back there.
Yeah, they're a run-first offense. Like you said, they do a lot of slot T, and then we'll get into some single-back formations with the quarterback under center. And again, led by number 10 junior running back Avery Yarborough and his brother, number 0 senior running back Antonio Yarborough. If either one of these young men, and this is something that I saw in the film, if they get into open field, they're extremely hard to catch because they're extremely fast. There are times that they'll pass, but not very much. Most of the times it's just kind of a quick screen on third down or trying to get a 5 yards here and there. But this definitely is a running first team.
Defensive side of the football, they've got some stout linemen. Number 99, Gavin Pollard, number 75, Jabraylin Jones, and Antonio Yarborough also handles his side of the defensive responsibilities as well.
Yeah, this is a really good defense. And, like I said, they're going to have to really lean on that defense tonight if they want to try and duplicate what Woodville did last week and try to disrupt the Anahuac passing game. And they're going to have to establish that real early. But they run out of the 3-4. Those front 3 are really good, but their defensive ends are also very athletic as well. The secondary is a little vulnerable. I saw that ARP and Wascom both was able to, expose them a little bit deep, especially over the middle. But they are good against the run. And, but ARP did, they did see some success off the guards running and using some misdirection runs. So it'll be interesting to see what the Anahuac Panthers offense has got in store for tonight against this very good Garrison Bulldog football team.
Panthers starting the year 2-0 as they opened up the season with a win over Cypress Christian and then traveled to Woodville last week to take on the Eagles. And one common theme that we've talked about, whether it was us on the broadcast last week or as you'll hear in the pregame coaches interview with head coach Greg Neese, was it felt like a playoff atmosphere.
Yeah, it really did. And I said it in the podcast this week, too. We said it in the broadcast booth. He said it in the coach's interview that you'll hear in a minute. But a playoff-type game last week against a very good Woodville Eagle team. I expect that team, you'll hear Greg Neese say it. They're going to give Newton all that they can handle whenever that game happens in October. Coming out on top 29-20. A big win just in general, for our general area in our region and the impact that it made. The defense was the unsung hero, causing 6 turnovers, one of which being a scoop and score by 80 yards by King Charles early in the football game, which really set the tone.
No, absolutely. And that was a huge key because Woodville had driven down in the red zone and the defense was able to punch it out and really set the tone for the rest of the game. A hard-hitting game. And one of those that epitomizes a team win. When you look at the offense, they had to switch gears and really use the run game to put up points last week.
Right. They were probably facing the best defensive front that they will see in the regular season this year. And the Eagles were putting Barrier under pressure often. And the Panthers had no choice but to turn to senior running back Thomas Dello to better control the game on the ground. Expect to see Garrison defense try to repeat that, as I mentioned earlier, as part of their game plan to try and get into the Panther backfield and flush Barrier out of the pocket. But with the first dry game that Anahuac has seen this season, I fully expect them to be an all-out aerial assault here tonight.
Brady Barrier, we're used to him putting up some fantastic aerial numbers. And he had some good passes last week, but also using his legs.
Yeah, he's done a real good job of running the football. As you can see on your screen so far in 2024, 153 of 273. That is not right. I think that was from last year. Let me see if I can bring up the real one. There we go. 34 of 47, 453 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 28 carries, 115 yards, 5 touchdowns on the ground. 91.89 passer rating. That's not exactly what we expected to see. The 2 interceptions and the last week where they held him, to only 131 yards passing. He was 14 at 23, 131 last week, but he had 17 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. I expect that number just to keep bumping up, especially tonight.
Thomas Dello with his best game of the short season so far as he eclipsed the century mark.
Yeah, Thomas did a great job last week, and I don't know why none of this saved, but I'm going to bring up the correct stuff here for everybody. There we go. On the year, Thomas Dello, 26 carries, 127 yards, a touchdown. He's averaging right under 5 yards a carry, but he also has 6 receptions, 51 yards. Last week, he had 20 carries, 105 yards, his best game of the year so far, with it only being, 2 games. So it's just a matter of time where he starts getting his rhythm too.
The beneficiaries of Barrier's passes last week, both Quandre Coates, Talon Cunningham, and Oscar Garza.
Yeah, Talon has done a great job, but Quandre Coates kind of been quiet for Quandre so far this year. As I'll bring up his now. There we go. 8 receptions, 43 yards, a touchdown. He's averaging just over 5 yards a catch. He's been more, I think, beneficial for the Panthers being a blocker to really try to keep guys from getting to Barrier. However, I fully expect Quandre to get back into the mix soon.
Also, his effect on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about his defensive stats here in a little bit. He's already got a lot of knockdowns, quite a few tackles and hits on the quarterback. But let me get over to Talon's numbers real quick before I forget. There we go. So he's got 10 receptions, 214 yards, 21.44 yards per catch. Hasn't gotten that touchdown yet. If you remember last year, we had to wait a few games before he finally got that touchdown reception. But Talon also a big factor on defense that we'll talk about in a little bit. The other one, the unsung hero of the first game, and not really unsung, but Oscar the Magic Man Garza. He's got 8 receptions, 145 yards, a touchdown. He's averaging just over 18 yards per carry. He's really stepped up this year.
And as you talked about earlier, 6 forced turnovers for the Panther defense last week. And, we've talked about this for years, bend but don't break. And the Panthers held up their end of the bargain last week.
Well, they really haven't broken. I mean, as you can see on their screens, over 2 games, they've only allowed 116 total yards, 58 of that coming, per game. I think it was something like they're only allowing 38 yards rushing per game, which is craziness. I'm really impressed with this defense so far. 9 total turnovers, 16 quarterback hits, and they've also got 9 pass breakups, but it's led by Tyler Kelly. 37 tackles, 7 for a loss, 2 quarterback hits, 1 forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries, Alex.
No, absolutely. Caden Campbell has also been a stalwart.
Yeah, 15 tackles for Caden. 1 I can't remember what that abbreviation is. One quarterback hit for sure. It's a pass breakup. So he has a pass breakup. Justin Netterville also has 14 tackles, 2 for a loss, 2 quarterback hits. We talked about Quandre Coates. He has 11 tackles, 2 quarterback hits. King Charles, who we will not see tonight, has been a really benefit to this Anahuac defense. We talked about that scoop and score from that really set the tone last week. He has 8 tackles, 5 for a loss, plus that recovery that he had last week for a touchdown. So definitely wish a speedy recovery to King Charles. And we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with an interview with head coach Greg Neese right after this.
Coastal Field Services, Southeast Texas' go-to company for right-of-way mowing, land clearing, site preparation, industrial commercial herbicide application, and industrial commercial site ground maintenance. No matter what your property maintenance or clearing needs are, you can rely on the professionals at Coastal Field Services. For more information, call 832-900-9800, or you can visit them at coastalfieldservicesllc.com.
Alex Outram back on the Coastal Field Services pregame show, joined by the head coach of the Anahuac Panthers, head coach Greg Neese. And Coach, 2-0 coming into tonight's ball game. Looking at the Woodville game last week, a very game Woodville Eagles team that y'all played.
Yeah, it was an outstanding performance by our football team, and it was kind of a playoff atmosphere week 2 over at their place, and they're very talented. They're 3A Division II. They just dropped down. They're in the same district as Newton, and they're going to give Newton all they want when it comes time to play. I think they play in October, but we feel fortunate about winning the game, and they were a lot better than us in a lot of areas. You look at athlete for athlete, but our team really rallied together. I mean, we still had the best quarterback on the field. Quandre Coates is the best guy on the field, but and Tyler Kelly was the best guy on the field. But that was a heck of a football game, and there was a lot of people that were saying, well, if they would hold on to the football, they probably would have won. Well, yeah, they may have won, but also part of the game is we teach punch and strip every day, and that's a key thing. And we were ripping the ball out and punching the ball out. I think we punched it out about 8 times, and got 5 of them. There's a couple more that we think we got, but the officials said they were down or whatever. But it was a heck of a game, and when they went ahead there in the second half, I didn't know. That was kind of good to see how we responded, and we marched down and scored, and then went ahead by 2 scores, and it was a really good win, good feeling.
Talked about the atmosphere, feeling like a playoff game, and the word team. And one thing that Trent and I talked about last week was that was a football game that emphasized the epitome of a team.
Yeah, because that's what it took, because when you have the ebbs and flows of the game, everybody's got to pull together and make it through the difficult times, and make sure that you're not losing your head during the good times. And we have so many kids going both ways, so and a lot of kids going 3 ways. A lot of them play special teams, offense, defense, because we can't afford to take them off the field, and they've earned the right to do that. But it was a great team victory. People come together, and it started off with them marching down the field, and it looked like they were about to score a touchdown, and we ripped the ball out, and there's King Charles ripping it off and taking off for about 90 yards the other way, and it just, it's a football game, so you don't get points until you cross that goal line, and that's why you keep fighting, and that's why you need to have a great off season, have a great summer, and put them through tough situations to keep fighting, never give up, and good things will happen.
King Charles was one of the kids that I was going to highlight as a defensive standout last week. Who was some of the other defensive standouts that you saw when you reviewed the film?
Well, Tyler Kelly. Tyler Kelly he's getting a lot of attention from other coaches asking about him, and I know Garrison's, they're aware of him, and Coach Robinson said some things about him also, but he's just all over the field, and he's like the Energizer Bunny. I mean, he just keeps on going and going and plays hard, and what I like about him this year, he's really staying composed, and he's not letting his emotions get the best of him. I mean, he's in control of his emotions to this point, and you know, he's a high energy guy, and I've noticed that about his game. So it just tells me he's mature and you know, not getting involved on that extra stuff. And you know, you can still be intimidating, you can still be aggressive without doing all that extra stuff and get involved with that extra stuff that you might get a penalty. And I do understand that because I was a player that I would get a 15-yard penalty every once in a while. So I do understand that, but by players. But I also had to learn how to keep control of my emotions, and that's what I try to instill in my football players, especially the guys that are high energy like Tyler.
On the offensive side of the ball, had some good progress. What did you like when you reviewed the film on the offensive side?
Well, that we're able to rush the football, and I think we'll see that from defenses. They're going to try to take away the pass. They're going to double Quandre. They're going to dare you to run the ball. They put 5 in the box, so that means they had 6 out covering. And you got 5 in the box on defense. You got 5 offensive linemen, a quarterback, and a running back. So you better take advantage of that. So you really, you can actually get a 7-on-5 look right there with 4 wide receivers, and they're so worried about the 4 wide out there. You do have an advantage, and we were able to pop them up the middle. Thomas DeLeo had a really good night running. Not a perfect night. There's some cuts that he's going to get better at, but he rushed for over 100. And Brady took off quite a few times and had some design quarterback runs. Sometimes there were some scrambles, but it was a tough defensive front too, because they were very talented. They were big and fast, and they moved around a lot. They stunted, they slanted, and they would loop and try to confuse you. And they did get the best of us a lot, but credit to our offensive line staying composed and just trying to find a way to get a body on body, let our running backs and quarterbacks, guys running the football, find a crease.
Speaking of Brady Barrier, seems like he's been using his legs quite a bit more than anticipated the first few games. Was that by design, or is that just kind of how the ebbs and the flows of the games have gone?
Well, he's a football player, and he's got some, he has some backyard football ability, and he likes to tuck in and run, and but he's another great facet of his game is turning negative into a positive, and he does that quite a bit. You saw it in the first 2 games where the first game we had a fire call on an extra point, or it was a field goal attempt, I believe, and it was a bad snap, and so he called fire, which means we're scrambling, trying to find a way to throw the ball, run the ball for a first down, and then he scrambles and makes a great play, throwing it downfield. You see him do that too when he gets pressure, he gets flushed, and he'll scramble and make a great throw. And but he's, as far as running, yeah, we do have some design runs for him. We have some quarterback draws. We have some quarterback GTs and stuff like that for him. When he was a freshman, we didn't really want him running too much, but we knew as he got older, he's been in the weight room a lot. So we just adds a dimension for our offense when he takes off.
Looking at tonight's opponent, Garrison is not your run-of-the-mill 2A team. They're a force in Texas high school football.
Absolutely. They have the pedigree. They played 4 rounds deep last year. Coach Alvarez, who I coached in 2005, he was our center at Kirbyville. His dad was my boss, Jack Alvarez, who I learned all about the scat and learned about the offense here in Texas. And so that's a really close family to me. I have a lot of respect for Jack, his father, and what he taught me, and he allowed me to call plays for him and stuff. But just knowing that, and knowing that Brandon has the same type of style as his dad, they have an outstanding football team. Like I said, they went 4 rounds deep, played Timpson. They're in their district. Timpson beat them in district, but then they played them in the 4th round in the quarters to go to the semis, and it was a 35-23 game, so it was real close. They had some really talented players last year. Some of those kids have graduated, but yeah, you're right. They're not an average 2A team. They're different. I've been trying to let our kids know that. I said, hey, they're not one of these 2A teams that are around here. This is a little different. I said, they may not have all the guns they had last year, but they expect to win. Their community expects to win. And, they're not coming all the way down here just for a fun trip. And I talked to Brandon, and I saw him on TV interview, and he talked about, hey, they're treating this as like a little playoff atmosphere game and preparation and stuff like that. Getting on the bus and going to eat and then travel. They came 3 hours down here to play, so they're not coming out here just to lay over. Yeah.
What did you see on film in regards to their offense?
Their offense, they don't throw the ball very well right now. They're kind of searching as far as passing. They're a 90% run team, and they run some of the old style stuff that we ran here at Anahuac that I like doing, the unbalanced lines, and they run the scat, and they run the buck sweep, and they run the fullback trap and things like that. And they just move their linemen around and add a fourth, fifth guy, and they try to find an edge and try to make you over adjust. And if you over adjust one way, they're going to hit you another. So it's a tough offense, and it's going to be a kind of a fight in a phone booth type deal with our defense. So we got to be ready to slug it out for 4 quarters because they're going to come at you, and their backside blocking on their offensive line when the play's away, they don't rest. They're going to try to cut you because it's legal to cut on the line of scrimmage, and they're going to try to cut you down and get to the linebacker. So it's going to be a challenge. We've got to line up right. If you don't line up right against this type of offense, you are in for a long night.
Defensive side of the football, what are they bringing to the table?
Well, they got a couple of players, 3 players really. Number 99, he plays defensive end, really defensive tackle. They're in a 3-4 look, so he plays like a 5 technique, a 4 technique, and that sucker he's a player. He kind of got gimped up a little bit last week, and we're expecting to play. Coach Alvarez didn't know if he was going to play him or not, but kid wants to play. But he's strong. He's a 400-pound bencher. He's going to be a college football player. You also have number 75, who's been offered. He's a defensive tackle. He's been offered by I think 7 or 8 schools. Then they got a kid, number 0. He is a tackling machine. He's also a running back, and he plays safety. And if he's around the football, he's going to tackle you. I mean, he is a great form tackler. Wraps his arms around, sucks you up, and so they run a 3-4 defense. Very sound at what they do, and it's going to be a challenge for us. Coach, keys to victories in tonight's ballgame. Fast start. Hopefully, we get a fast start on offense, and move the football through the air. And I think that's where we kind of have an advantage tonight. So we're going to come out slinging, and we're still going to rush the football, and then line it up correctly on defense. I mean, that's the key. I mean, if we don't, it's going to be for a long night. And they do run some options. They'll run some dive options. So our defensive end, linebacker, and safety, they all have responsibilities, and they have to trust each other, and they have to do what they're coached to do. And if you're supposed to be taking the dive, but you all of a sudden want to take the quarterback, I mean, that guy's off to the races. So those are the keys to victory tonight. All right, Coach. Well, as always, appreciate the time before the ball game, and best of luck in tonight's contest. All right. Thank you, Alex. Head coach Greg Neese of the Anahuac Panthers says we'll be back with more of the Coastal Field Services pregame show after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyler Hart back here, concluding the Coastal Field Services pregame show as we are getting set to go. Captains meeting at midfield, including Quandre Coates, Thomas Dela, Tyler Kelly, and Brady Barrier, the captains for the Panthers tonight. And Trent, you heard during the interview, very important for the defense of the Panthers to be lining up in the right spots, or those running backs are going to have some clear holes.
Yeah, sticking to your assignments is going to be important, and your gaps. I mean, and controlling that line of scrimmage is just going to be huge for the Panther defense. Even though that they're going to be without a couple of personnel tonight, they've brought some guys up from JV to try and even that out. And, the JV's been playing real good. So I think that the Panthers have, they'll make the adjustments like they need to, but they definitely don't need to be on their heels against this Garrison offensive running attack.
The Panthers have won the toss and have elected to receive, so they will be receiving the ball first, and head coach Greg Neese continues to enjoy getting his offense out on the field to set the tone. And you said it pretty well. And Coach Neese said it in the pregame show. He feels like they will have an advantage with their offense against the secondary of the Bulldogs. And we'll really get to see Brady Barrier open it up here tonight.
Yeah, we will. I just wanted to put it out there, folks. If you're experiencing some lag, we are having a little bit of internet problems up here in the booth. So just if we have to restart or if I have to change networks, to just be aware that the internet up here tonight is just being finicky, and that's what happens in this day and age, right? Technology isn't perfect, and but if we have to, we'll restart and we'll put another link up. So just be looking for all that on our Facebook page and so forth. And we appreciate everybody's patience. If you could in the chat, just let us know if how it looks on the video feed and if you're experiencing any of that. If not, we're ready to get things kicked off here at Kyle White Stadium.
Chad Henderson has the ball teed up at the Bulldog 40. Back deep for the Panthers includes Jaytwan Doidier, as this is going to bounce into his own arms.
Probably going to let it go, but he's going to try and take it.
Across the 10 is going to be tackled at the 15, and that is where the Panthers will set up shop for their first possession of the ball game.
Yeah, I would have, hopefully he would have let that one just go out and taken the flag on it, but he chose to field it anyway, and now the Anahuac Panthers are going to start with not very good field position on their first possession.
Doidai, the freshman, one of those bang-bang plays. You got to make a decision one way or another.
Right.
So Brady Barrier brings his offense onto the field, and Logan Trotter is in at wide receiver, making his first appearance.
Okay.
Quickly, Cunningham gets the ball at the 21. He's going to be wrestled out of bounds, but not before he picks up 7 or 8. We'll bring up second down.
Yeah, just a quick hitch over there to the far sideline, picking up 7. So good first play by the Panthers so far.
Trotter had been out with a shoulder from one of the scrimmages and making his first appearance. We're kind of thinking that maybe they were going to hold him out until district play, but will be fun seeing him get some reps at wide receiver tonight. Barrier delivers. Coates is going to have the first down and more.
Yeah, good job there by Quandre. We talked about it in the pregame, too, that Quandre really hasn't been able to get in the mix. He's been double-teamed a lot the last couple of weeks.
First down of the ball game after the pickup of 14. Quickly to the line. De La O, straight up Broadway, dragging a defender with him, is going to get 8 as he moves it to the 45.
Getting in a rhythm here early are the Anahuac Panthers, and De La O, we were talking about him, too, in the pregame, starting to trying to find his feet.
Second down and 2. Barrier out of the gun. Offset to his right by De La O. Fakes the handoff. Delivers. Garza across midfield. Makes a defender miss. Gets taken down at the 44. That's going to move the chains again after the pickup of 11.
Yeah, just a good fake here. If my replay will work and we can get back to it. But a fake handoff here, and the Garrison Bulldogs just bid on it. And the Magic Man over there in open field here in the flat gets right inside the numbers and was able to take it for a first down.
The Bulldogs lined up offsides. First pass of the season intended to Trotter is in and out of the hands, but the Panthers are going to have a free play there and will make it first down and 5. First penalty of the ball game goes against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, one thing that we didn't talk about was penalties in the pregame. This year so far, the Anahuac Panthers have 10 penalties, 90 yards, which is better start definitely than they had this time last year, Alex.
Yes, sir.
I think we had, 250 yards with penalties by this time last year?
It had been a bugaboo. So first down and 5 after the ball gets moved to the 39 of the Bulldogs. Panthers driving. Fifth play of the drive. Barrier sets back. Has Cunningham. Caught the field. Down. Panthers. 39 yards out.
What a perfectly placed football. And we'll go back to the title services replay here. As you can see that Talon Cunningham, he was well covered over there on that far sideline. But Brady here just sitting, kind of steps up, delivers this football, and in stride to Cunningham in the bread basket. Was a beautiful pass, and the Anahuac Panthers strike first.
Swinging gate formation for the extra point moves into the regular formation as Garza looking to tack on the point after. High snap, gets it down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 10 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, it's the Panthers who've struck first. They lead at 7-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
The 2024 Gator season is right around the corner, so book your all-inclusive Gator hunt with only the best. Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm takes personal care in your experience, being the only service that offers a hunt of a lifetime with processing, high tanning, taxidermy, and the meat from your harvest all in one package. While you're there, be sure to get signed up for this year's Marshmaster Classic, an annual competition that awards big cash and even bigger belt buckles. Speaking of big prizes, let's not forget about the Great Texas Alligator Roundup at the one and only Texas Gator Fest, September 13th through the 15th. Porter's has been the exclusive partner of Gator Fest for over 30 years, so why trust anyone else but the professionals? The official start to the season is September 10th, so don't wait. Book your hunt today by calling 409-267-8413, or you can visit them on the web at portersprocessing.com.
75 years with 24/7 emergency.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart back here from Kyle White Stadium as the Panthers have jumped out early on a 39-yard pass and catch from Barrier to Cunningham. Garza has the ball teed up at his own 40. Back deep is a trio for the Bulldogs. Pooch kick is going to fall to the 14 across the 20. Moves to the center of the field 30. Is going to get tripped up as he was really starting to put it into a different gear. Antonio Yarbrough on the return. Not bad field position for the Bulldogs to start their first possession.
Well, I was wondering if the Anahuac Panthers had worked on special team coverage this last week, because we saw in Woodville where they had a little bit of trouble in covering that Woodville return. And Woodville had a lot of really good starts to their possessions, for the majority of that football game.
Hayden Petty brings out his offense. Inside handoff. It's going to be met and dropped in the backfield by Tyler Kelly as Yarbrough had nowhere to go on the loss of 2.
And again, Tyler, the Energizer Bunny himself, Tyler Kelly, getting into the backfield, making his presence known right off the bat. And, I didn't mention that the trenches is so important, but the linebackers, yeah, they are too. But it's so important with this type of run offense that you control the line of scrimmage with your defensive line.
2 backs in the backfield. And
Ball's on the
he's going to
turf.
be put on the turf, has to pick it up. He has room. Gets past the 30, 35, is going to get knocked out of bounds, and it looks like they're going to mark it at the 40. That's going to be end up being a pickup of 7 on the busted play, and we'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Well, it was a good job there by, the quarterback getting the ball back, and not just going back there and falling on it and making something out of nothing there, picking up some positive yardage, 3rd down and 5.
We'll tick under 9 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Play call coming in to Riley McGuire. They did not have him as the quarterback on the roster. They're going to go 3 wide out of the gun. McGuire from the near hash, flag before the play. Going to have some movement. Actually, it's going to be delay of game. They didn't get the snap off. Ouch. That's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Their second penalty of the ball game for 10 yards.
Yeah, just unaware of where the play clock was on that particular play. Takes the penalty and now backs them up 5 yards. And they'll have a even longer third down play to work with here.
So Riley McGuire, 6'1" quarterback. The sophomore out of the gun, rolls right, looks left, has a screen set up in and into the hands of Chris McClure. Dangerous play there as the Panthers had Oscar Garza, who was within distance of picking it off. Nonetheless, falls to the turf, and the punting unit will come on to the field for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, a little bit of a high pass there to the intended receiver, but there was plenty of black jerseys over there, and yeah, dangerous pass as it could have fell in somebody's hands. Nonetheless, they'll punt it away here, 4th and 10.
And that is McGuire handling the punting duties as sideways kick is going to take a Panther bounce, then a Bulldog bounce, and then a Panther bounce again. Will come to rest at the 35. Back there was Chad Godfrey to handle the return as the Panthers get the ball back for their second possession here of the first quarter with 8:23 remaining.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you can get in the chat and let us know what the stream looks like on your side. As mentioned earlier, we've been getting a little bit of internet issues. It's not horrible yet to have to restart or anything like that, but if we do, just know that that's what the problem is.
Barrier out of the gun. He's offset to his right by Richardson. Fakes the toss. Somehow gets the ball away under all sorts of pressure from Antonio Yarbrough. Goes incomplete. First incompletion of the ball game for the Panthers.
Yeah, I think it might have been tipped behind the line.
He had to Aaron Rodgers that thing.
Yeah.
Or I guess Patrick Mahomes nowadays, but 2nd down and 10. Richardson offset to Barrier's left now. Fakes the handoff, picks up the block. Barrier escapes, still looking downfield. All over the man is Cunningham as in on the coverage. Chris McClure. So back-to-back incompletions bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Panthers.
Well, the Garrison front did a good job getting into the backfield, putting Brady under pressure, making him roll out to his left, and then well covered by McClure to not let Cunningham haul that one in.
Clock stopped with 8:13 remaining here in the first quarter. Anahuac leading Garrison 7-0 on your Gore Propane scoreboard. 3 wide, Trotter to the near side. Garza and Cunningham to the far side. Under pressure, ball's loose, and it looks like the Panthers were able to get back on it. Barrier took a hard hit from behind. That's going to end up being a loss of 4. We'll bring it up 4th and long, and here comes the punting unit.
Yeah, that was a much better coverage there. Let's go to the replay. As Barrier was hit from behind, and before his hand started coming forward, I want to see who gets in on this from the Garrison defensive side. And that is number 11, Riley McGuire once again.
Thomas Dalo back deep to handle the punting. Gets into it. Nice punt. Is going to bounce at the 41. Will take a Panther bounce inside the 35. Still rolling. Will come to rest at the 33. And that is where the Bulldogs will have the football for their next possession here with 7:33 remaining.
I want to thank Gore Propane for sponsoring our scoreboard tonight. Gore Propane is at 6837 FM 563 in Wallaceville, 409-389-2245. Thank you, Sherry, for commenting. Glad that it looks good on your end. Let us know where you're watching from. Always like to hear where people are watching our YouTube channel at.
McGuire under center. One receiver to the near side.
Ball's on the turf.
Gets bobbled as that is Antonio Yarbrough who jumps back on it. It's going to be a loss of 4. Bring up 2nd down and 14.
Yeah, Tyler Kelly back there, trying to jump on it. Wasn't quite able to as Yarbrough was able to get back on the football, luckily for Garrison.
McGuire goes over to the sideline, picks up the play. Garrison making the 3-hour drive in from East Texas, the Piney Woods. Panthers will be heading out that way next year. Fakes the handoff. McGuire's going to keep it himself. Cross the 30. It's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage after the pickup of 4, and that is going to be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, the Panther defense kind of bit on that fake to Yarborough, but then was able to close that hole that McGuire saw.
Panther defense so far has been able to fill the gaps. Let's see if they'll be able to get their 3rd possession on offense here in the first quarter. McGuire rolling right, looking left, has a man wide open. It's Antonio Yarborough at the 40-50, and it's going to be tripped up after there. That's going to be a big pickup, and will move the chains for a 1st down. Give them 13.
Wide open over the middle of the field, and under pressure, Kelly was trying to get to him. Let's go back to the live camera because they're already trying to fire off a play here.
Handoff. Antonio Yarborough across the 45, fighting his way forward, is going to end up picking up 8. He gets into positive yardage, 3 carries for 2 yards now. That was a pickup of 7. Second down and 3. In Panthers territory. Handoff. Goes this time to Avery Yarborough. Flag on the play. And that's going to be holding against the Bulldogs. 3rd penalty in the first quarter here for the Bulldogs for 20 yards. And that's going to make it 2nd down and 13.
Man, just when you thought they were getting on a roll there and getting into Panther territory, backed up into their own now off of the penalty.
The ball back to the 48-yard line of Garrison. It'll be 2nd down, 13.
So back into Bulldog territory at the 48. Clock rolling. From the near hash, toss. In the backfield is Kelly, and Coach is able to finish it off. Still going to be a loss, and it's going to be a big loss. There is a flag on the play. We'll see if the Panthers were offsides.
Might have been Kelly. He was trying to time that snap off. We'll see what the call is.
As it stands right now, it's a loss of 3.
False start.
That's it. False start against Garrison.
4th penalty for 25 yards against the Bulldogs is going to bring up 2nd down and 18.
So that'll back them up even more. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Dalton watching from Houston. Carol Cunningham watching. Talon Cunningham from Wintersville, Ohio. Thanks for tuning in.
So they actually declined it, took the 2-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd down and 16. McGuire rolling right, is under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Caught down from behind. It looked like Justin Netterville got back there on the loss, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Netterville, another one of those players on the defensive side that has really contributed this year for the Panthers.
Clock rolling. Will be under 4:10. Nice punt. Guy high punt to Godfrey. Takes it at the 20. Does not make the first man miss.
Did.
Landon Petty coming in and wrapping him up and dropping him.
Yeah, great job there by Petty to bring him down and just hold on to his legs. But a beautiful punt.
4:02 remaining here in the first quarter. Panthers getting the ball back at their own 20. Did you thank our first quarter sponsor already?
I have not yet.
I want to thank Anahuac Florist, 409-267-3875, or on the web, AnahuacFlorist.com. A quick toss to Trotter, makes a man miss. Down the sideline he goes, pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 25, move to chains, first down.
I was too busy looking at my modified scoreboard. I've made some tweaks to the scoreboard, so I was looking at it instead of the play.
Trotter's first reception of the season. Free play, throws it up, and it's going to be incomplete. But believe that's going to be offsides against the Bulldogs, and it is.
That's their second offsides tonight, isn't it?
It is. Also, that last one was declined. So officially their fourth penalty for 25 yards. It is nice to see the senior Logan Trotter back out there on the field.
Definitely is.
Between him and Cunningham, definitely have some deep threats.
Yeah, it might be a little rusty. He's probably got that arm taped up and wrapped up really good.
1st and 5 from midfield, from the near hash. Anahuac moving left to right under pressure, and the pressure didn't allow Barrier to get it off as Antonio Yarbrough came in on the pressure.
I'll tell you what, Garrison's got some good size up front, and so far they've been able to kind of get some penetration and get to Barrier and make him feel uncomfortable.
2nd down and 5. Bulldogs running out of the 3-4. Barrier, quick toss. Cunningham grabs
Good
it.
grab.
It's going to pick up 6 and will move the chains. What a grab. Caught that one on his fingertip.
Yeah, he really did. And I mean, just a slant route over the middle, and Barrier saw him in every step of the way and, hit him, I mean, just barely in those fingertips.
That puts Barrier over the century mark here in the first quarter through the air. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 44. 12 men on the field for the Bulldogs. Will make this one 1st and 5 as the Bulldogs couldn't get one of their defenders off in time. 5th penalty of the ball game. 5th penalty of the first quarter for the Bulldogs. So 1st down and 5 again as they'll mark it at the 39.
So I don't know who took the timeout. I know for sure that the sideline judge down there was waving his hands about the flag.
So Bulldogs use their first timeout of the evening.
We'll keep it here to see what they end up doing about this flag, because that ended up being a gain of about 6 or 7.
Good games going on around the state and the area tonight. Hopefully some of y'all listening took part in our weekly Pick'em challenge on the
5-9N Sports and Anahuac Sports Live, brought to you by Randy's Rubs and Porter's Processing. Going to get some awesome prizes at the end, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. So head on over to our Facebook pages on Monday mornings is when that drops. Get in on our pickups. So 1st down and 10 is what the sideline shows. 5-yard penalty on the too many men.
Yeah, they're going to
take the 1st and 5.
Yeah, it would have been 2nd down at 4, 1st down and 5. So it makes sense to take the penalty.
Right. I was wondering if they gave him 6 or 7 off that. And if they gave him 7, I was like, well, 2nd down and 3 is not that big a deal, but.
So 1st down and 5 from the Bulldog 39. Barrier offset by De La O, running the option. He's going to keep it himself. It's going to get the first down. Still pitches it to De La O, and it's going to get some extra yardage down to the 21.
Man, what a awareness there about Brady, and to know that De La O was right there. That's a first option play that I think that I've ever seen the Anahuac Panthers run.
So move the chains.
So going back to it, I mean, he had a hole and then was covered up, then hit De La O, and De La O was able to get another 5 or 6, 7 yards out of it.
So first down and 10 from the 21. De La O straight up Broadway, pushing his way forward, is going to pick up 5. We'll bring up second down and 5. That was the 6th first down of the first quarter for the Panthers. In the Bulldog red zone now from the 16. Three wide from the middle of the field. Anahuac still moving left to right. Man in motion. Fakes it under all sorts of duress. Gets it off the screen. Floats across the 10. No one's going to stop him into the end zone. Touchdown from 16 yards out.
Man, what a screen over there. He was under pressure off of that defensive end, but able to get it off. Was barrier to Coates, and Coates gets his second touchdown, his first receiving touchdown of the season.
2:31 remaining in the first quarter. Panthers looking to tack on the point after. Swinging gate formation does move into the extra point as Garza set to tack on the point after. Barrier the holder. Snap back. Kick up. Kick is good. So 2:31 remaining here in the first quarter. The Panthers extend their lead. They now lead it 14-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need a long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get that lot cleared to build something great? Look no further. Trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate today at 409-267-1057 or visit them on Facebook at Title Services, Inc. From custom processing, professional guided hunts, high tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game, make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Go to portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8413.
I'm in the press box.
Alex out from Trent Hart. Kyle Hart back here. High atop the Catbird seats as your primetime crew from Kyle White Stadium. Garza has it teed up at the 40. Gets into it. End over end kick is going to fall to the 15 across the 25. Makes a move 30. It's going to fall forward to the 33 as that's where the Bulldogs will set up shop for their next possession of their first quarter. 7 plays. Drove 80 yards, ate up a minute 31 off the clock. It was barrier to Coates on the tight end screen from 16 yards out. Extra point was good, making your score 14-0 Anahuac on your Gore Propane scoreboard.
Well, another good return there by Garrison and pretty good field position again. That is definitely something the Anahuac Panthers going to have to work on for going forward as these kickoff returns and the coverage on them.
McGuire under center. Toss left, trying to get the corner, is not going to get there. Kelly tripped him up in the backfield.
Jackson Leith over there making the tackle after the shoestring attempt by Kelly.
Leith finishing it off. Loss of 1 as Avery Yarbrough had nowhere to go. As it stands right now, I have the Bulldogs with only 20 yards of offense. Does hand it off to Antonio Yarbrough. He's going to get manhandled by a host of defenders from the Panthers. It's going to be another loss of 1. We'll bring up 3rd down and 12.
It's funny watching Tyler Kelly. He's going so fast and diving so hard at the runner. He does the little spin-a-rooney on the turf after the play. He's done that like 3 times now.
I wish I could have that much energy once more.
Yeah, I don't even know if I ever had that much energy.
3rd down and 12. Rolling to the near side is trying to set up the screen to Avery Yarbrough, but that is going to fall incomplete, and that will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, another punt coming, and I know that the Garrison coaching staff not happy over there with the way that the offense has not been able to get in a rhythm so far. But, I mean, there's a lot of ball game left, and but the Panthers have done a great job of containing this run and forcing them to pass on 3rd down.
So Riley McGuire handling the punting duties. High snap, pulls it down, gets the kickoff. Nice kick as it's aimed to the far sideline. Godfrey picks it up across the 30, 35, 40, has room on the sideline across midfield as he gets stripped up out of bounds. He's going to get all the way to the 38 of the Bulldogs.
Tell you what, Godfrey making up for that return that he made on the opening kickoff.
32-yard punt return sets up the Panthers in great field position, setting them up for the first time in Bulldog territory.
They'll have at least one play before we end the first quarter.
First down and 10. 3 wide from the far hash.
I can't even keep up with my scoreboard.
Fakes the handoff. Looking downfield for Trotter. Has him. Is going to be intercepted. Across the 15-20. 25-30, and it's going to be met there at the 30.
Might as well have been a punt.
2-yard line or so.
So unfortunate there.
3rd interception of the year for...
Yeah, just kind of forced that football. I mean, and he really didn't lead him enough on it. We'll go back to the replay here as Barrier steps back. He really planted his feet and let the ball go, however, a little bit short and fell right into the hands of number 8, Jackson Winder.
A little bit of hand fighting there between Trotter and Winder. Winder was able to get under it and pick it off. So 1st down and 2. 1st down and 10 from the 33 for the Bulldogs. 3rd straight possession they've started on their own 33. Handoff is going to go around the right side to Avery Yarbrough, and it's going to be tough sledding as he's going to lose 2 more. He now has 3 rushes for -6 yards, and that will bring an end to the first quarter of play. And if you're head coach Greg Neese and the Anahuac Panthers, you can't be mad at a 2-score lead heading into the second quarter, as we'll be back with more after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Since 1948, Wilcox Drugstore has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drugstore offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drugstore, delivering solutions, delivering confidence.
Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at swankyinsurance.com.
Sports Outram, Trent Hart, Kyle Hart back here from Kyle White Stadium.
As we are building a new home, does your driveway need a long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally?
It's just doing whatever it wants to do.
Wow.
Technology tonight is not cooperating.
It is not. Second down and 12 from the Bulldog 31.
Appreciate everybody watching tonight. Those of you watching from Garrison, I know that's a long haul to come down here, so we appreciate everybody tuning in, especially our Anahuac fans as well.
Out of the gun.
Oh, big hit.
As the Yarbrough brothers were actually in the backfield. That direct snap went to Antonio Yarbrough, and he gets smashed from behind.
Brad Coates in on the tackle. Big defensive lineman for the Anahuac Panthers.
Loss of 3. Now have a net of 13 yards of offense for the Bulldogs. Third down and 15. Out of the gun. Yarbrough looking to throw downfield is going to be incomplete. His intended receiver was Jackson Winder, and it ended up ricocheting off the back of the Panther defender. And trying to see the number.
Yeah.
That was Bladen Josephson in on the coverage. And just like the first 3 possessions, the Bulldogs will have to punt.
Yeah, well covered there by Josephson. Had his back to it, hit him right square in the neck. The bounce off brings up the 4th down and the punt.
Only 1 for 3 through the air for the Bulldogs so far. Punt end over end is going to take a sideways bounce, and jumping on it there is, well, we don't have his number.
Almost bounced off a Panther defender there.
That is 24, right? Yep, we don't have his number.
Yep, don't have his number on the roster, so apologize for that.
Sorry about that, young man. Nonetheless, with 11-12 remaining in the first half, Panthers will set up shop at their own 43. Got some action from around the area Woodville on top of Cold Spring. And the Fighting Craig Irwins 12-0. Only scores so far. As we have a timeout, we'll take it with them, as we'll be back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Want to know Anahuac's best kept secret? The Crawfish Hideaway is just that. From fresh Cajun boiled crawfish, shrimp, snow crab, and even homemade gumbo. While you're there, be sure to try their famous fried gator bites or boudin egg rolls. Starting in December, come get your bug on at 400 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-6060, or you can find them online at crawfishhideaway.com. The Crawfish Hideaway, proud supporters of Anahuac ISD and Panther Athletics.
Welcome back to Anahuac Sports Live. I want to get your shout out here live on the air. You can do so by donating to Anahuac Sports Live, Venmo at Anahuac Sports Live, CashApp, $ Anahuac Sports Live, PayPal. You can scan any of those QR codes on your screen. Any donations is very, very much appreciated. Helps us to keep this stream free and clear for all of our fans.
First down and 10. De La O, very patient with the ball, finds his hole and is able to pick up 14, move the chains, first down.
And he is. He's really patient when it comes to letting his blocks develop and the hole open up for him. And, Greg Neese said, I think on the podcast this last week, that he's not a hard runner, but he's a smart runner.
Back to him, straight up the gut, is going to get another first down as he's going to get stood up right after the first down. Give him 11, move the chains once more. 56 yards on 5 carries. 8 first downs in the first half for the Panthers. First down and 10 as they drive deeper into Bulldog territory. Three wide as De La O moves to the left side. Here in the second quarter, Anahuac moving right to left. Handoff straight up Broadway, gets met after a pickup of 2. Will bring up second down and 8. Barrier out of the gun. Has Cunningham, 25, as he'll get tackled there. It's going to be a pickup of 5, and we'll bring up third down and short.
No, you're good.
57 yards on 4 receptions for Cunningham so far. Third down and 3. Now from the near hash, sends Garza in motion. Low snap as the barrier's going to take it on his own. Needed 3, got 4. Moved the chains once more, actually got 5 for the first down.
You know, as I was putting together the graphics and the stats for the pregame this morning, I was thinking about Logan Trotter's return and how that was going to look. We knew that he was going to be opposite side of Talon Cunningham, but then I was like, well, where's Oscar the Magic Man going to go? Working out of the slot and doing so here tonight.
Balo cuts it back inside, fighting his way through Bulldog defenders. Is going to be close to 10. And are they going to give him 10?
Oh,
looks like they're going to give him 9 3/4.
Surprised they didn't give him that one.
Brings up second down, and it is first. Never mind. Move the chains. Dalo is going to get a couple.
So, I mean, it would have to be, you have to get down to a 1 to get another fresh set of downs. So if they'll get the chains reset. Yeah. He's able to pick up 3 on that.
3. Second down and 7. Moves Coates around to the other side. Barrier. Blitz coming. Throws it up to Trotter.
Wow.
And Trotter comes up with it. Touchdown.
That's actually Cunningham.
That was Cunningham.
With that fade, and I'm going to have to go back to the replay. I didn't think he came up with that pass.
I don't know how he did.
I thought they were going to go to Coates on that same play because they threw a fade pass to him a week ago. The talent, how did he come up with that? He had his back to the camera, and I don't know how he did, but the referee saw it, able to haul it in, and there's another Panther touchdown.
Swinging gate moves to the 2-point conversion, and De La O is going to fight his way and push his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. With 8 minutes remaining in the first half, the Panthers strike again. Your new score, 22-0, as we'll be back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Jerry's Oysters is a 3-generation family-owned and operated business located on Galveston Bay since 1970. Offering fresh, hand-shucked, and in-shell oysters year-round, Jerry's Oysters are available at your local H-E-B, or you can make a visit to their location in Smith Point, Texas. Locally sourced, high-quality, wild-caught, where our world is your oyster. For more information, call 409-355-2243 or go to jerrysoysters.com. Gore Propane, family owned and operated by Jimmy and Renee Gore, has been servicing chambers in surrounding counties since 1998. Gore Propane is the go-to company for all your propane needs, offering competitive pricing on tank sales, lease, residential, and commercial propane sales and bottling. They also offer automatic route and will call propane delivery for your convenience. Senior and veterans discounts available. Call Gore Propane today at 409-389-2245. And want to let everybody know that if you have a business that you want to advertise, Anahuac Sports Live has some advertising opportunity for you. We need some, some quarter sponsors, broadcast booth sponsors, whatever you might have in mind, or we can make you a full-on commercial if you want. But if you have a business that you want to get noticed right here on the channel, be sure to let us know. 409-527-2949.
Garza gets into it, end over end kick taken at the 7. Across the 20, across the 30, and he's going to fall forward to, looks to 34. Nope, they're going to take it back to
33.
33. That's perfect. That's now 4 straight possessions that Garrison has started from their own 33.
So Garrison trying to get into some kind of rhythm here offensively.
McGuire back in at quarterback for the Bulldogs under center. 3 wide. Lone setback gets the pitch. It's Avery Yarbrough, and he has room to run across the 40, and he's going to get tripped up, as that's going to be a pickup of 9.
Yeah, Bladen Josephson barely able to bring him down. Like I said, if these runners get into open field, they're extremely hard to catch and put down. And luckily, the defense able to come up with a stop there. Positive yardage for the Garrison Bulldogs.
They actually gave him 10 on the run. Moved the chains for the second first down of the ball game for the Bulldogs. McGuire, pitch left, as cut back for Yarbrough is going to get him some extra yardage. Avery Yarbrough, that is. I have to keep going back and forth between Avery and Antonio.
That was an amazing move.
It really
was. Cut back to the inside by Yarbrough. I mean, just it faked me out. Like, I was looking at the field. I was like, well, wait, where did he go?
Pickup of 8. Sit second down. That's a long 2. But the Bulldogs in the Panther territory, as the handoff is going to go to Antonio Yarbrough, and he's going to lose 2 yards as getting in on the tackle. That's Justin Netterville.
Leading the tackle for a loss, putting the ball back inside Garrison territory. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Line of scrimmage now back in Bulldog territory, back on the Bulldog side at the 49. 3rd down and 4. Around the right side is Avery Yarbrough. He's only going to pick up 1 hard-earned yard, as laying the wood was Jesse Wilcox coming in. Now going to be 4th down and 3, and you have to think the Bulldogs are going to go for it.
Kind of have to try to get something going here and some points on the board before they go into the locker rooms. And they will. They'll keep the offense on the field.
So 4th down from midfield for the Bulldogs.
A big one for one.
We'll tick under 5:15 remaining here in the first half. McGuire under center, pitch left. That's Avery Yarbrough, cuts it up and somehow gets through the mass of humanity and picks up 6 to move the chains.
Good decision there, keeping it on the ground, moving the chains once again for the Garrison Bulldogs, and they've got something going here on this possession.
7 rushes, 19 yards for Avery Yarbrough. 1st down and 10 from the Panther 44. Bulldogs moving left to right. Sends 2 wide here to the near side. And it looked like there was movement. McGuire under duress and dropped. That's Tyler.
That's it's Caden Campbell.
Oh, Justin Netterville.
Actually, Justin Netterville, sorry.
His 2nd tackle for a loss, actually his 3rd tackle for a loss this evening. That's a loss of 4.
Campbell's 53. He used to be 32 or 33, I think, at some point. A great job there by Netterville.
2nd down and long. McGuire, inside handoff, is going to pick up 1. They're going to give him 2 to the first back through. That was there it is. That was Avery Yarbrough. 8 carries, 21 yards for Avery Yarbrough. 3rd down and 12. 1 for 5 on 3rd down. Quick toss is going to be a pass and has a man nicely thrown.
And the flag comes out. And I knew he went in there just a little bit too soon to try and get that pass deflected, which was Oscar Garza on the coverage down there on the far sideline. And I had every bit of that feeling that flag was going to come on that one.
And let's see, that was Jackson Winder on the throw, and he threw one of the prettier passes of the evening for the Bulldogs. So that's going to be an automatic 1st down against or for the Bulldogs.
Panther coaching staff not happy about that one. Because, I mean, it was a great pass, and it was probably going to be complete if Garza wouldn't have gotten in there a hand on it. But he just, like I said, just a little bit too soon before that pass came down. We're still talking about it? What's the deal?
I'm not exactly sure. They're going to accept the penalty.
Well, yeah.
It'll be 15 yards and will be a 1st down. First penalty of the ball game tonight for the Panthers.
Not sure what the discussion was. I mean, it was obvious what the penalty was.
First down and 10 from the Panther 31.
Again, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. If you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know that when Anahuac Sports Live comes live on the air. Well, next week we'll be at Houston Lutheran South for week 4.
Out of the gun. Fakes the handoff. That is Yarbrough. That is Antonio Yarbrough. After the gain of 1, he's got 7 rushes for -4 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 9.
Netterville again on the tackle. We said his name a lot tonight.
We have. Second down and 9. Avery Yarbrough is going to keep it himself. Misses. Some defenders miss. He's going to get pushed out of bounds. He's going to pick up good yardage, but he's going to be short of the line to achieve.
It's at 3.
So pick up a 7, gets him back into positive territory. 10th play of the drive now. 3rd down and 3.
Signal the way.
Inside the Panther 25. Longest sustained drive of the evening for the Bulldogs. Yarbrough looks to throw. Garza knocks it away. Incomplete. Will bring up 4th down.
Much better coverage there that time by Garza to pat that ball away. Actually turned his head toward the football, which is what you're supposed to do when you're covering downfield like that.
Will be the second 4th down attempt here on this drive for the Bulldogs. 4th down and 3. They converted the last 4th down and 3.
Surprised that the Garrison Bulldogs have passed as much as they have here so far tonight.
Timeout called by the Bulldogs, and we'll take it with them. With 2:16 remaining here in the first half, Anahuac leads Garrison 22-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Mouth-watering burgers, fresh local seafood, and so much more. Make Channel Marker 17 the destination to satisfy any appetite. At the mouth of Double Bayou on beautiful Trinity Bay, take in the great views dining outside by the water while enjoying a great meal with the family. Takeout and dine-in is available. Call 409-252-4370 and find out why Channel Marker 17 is the treasure of Oak Island.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyle Hart back here from Kyle White Stadium, where the Bulldogs called timeout before their 4th down and 3. From the 24. Out of the gun, keeping it himself is Avery Yarbrough. He's going to get it, and he's going to pick up good yardage down to the 15. That's going to be a pickup of 9 to move the chain. Second 4th down conversion of the drive for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just a direct snap, just stretching the field. I think that's what Garrison was intending to do there, and I think on the outside is where he's going to have to keep attacking the Panthers. False start going to be called now against the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs right tackle. We don't have that young man's number. We have the number. We don't have the name. Sure you stay tuned for the Porters Processing halftime show, as we'll have performances from both bands. We'll have scores from around the area and the state, stats as we have them, and analysis from Mr. Trent Hart of the first half. Fakes the handoff. Antonio Yarbrough looking for somewhere to go. Does have the edge, and it's going to get taken out. As Godfrey comes in and makes the tackle. And that was a lot of running for just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, trying to stretch it again to the outside and work those edges of the Panther defense. Able to get back to the line of scrimmage, though. 2nd down and 10
in the Panther red zone from the near hash. .80 seconds remaining here in the first half. Out of the gun. Yarbrough puts it up, and some hand fighting is going to be knocked down. As
Trey Smith on the coverage.
Stops the clock with 1:14 remaining here in the first half. 0 for 3 for Yarbrough on the evening passing, and they are 1 for 7. We'll bring up 3rd down and 10. 2 for 7 on 3rd down for the Bulldogs.
Want to thank Anahuac National Bank for sponsoring the second quarter of play. 801 Ross Sterling, 409-267-3106, or you can reach them at anbank.net.
Yarbrough sets back. Fade pass is thrown right to Oscar Garza, and then he steps out of the end zone. He thought he had the man beat, and he had a lot of room to run.
Yeah,
but he gets pushed out of bounds at the 1, and you love the INT, but not the starting field position for the Panthers.
Definitely not. I mean, that was he thought he could get away from the would-be receiver on that play.
The 14th play of the drive for the Bulldogs results in a turnover. And with 67 seconds remaining here in the first half, I would imagine there's going to be some running plays to try to get to the half without letting the Bulldogs capitalize on the field position.
And, of course, the website that I was keeping the scores on is gone.
As this is taken around the right side, and that is how you get out of trouble. Delo.
Now he's got some room to work with. 1 minute remaining here in the first half of play.
Delo with the pickup at 20 puts him at 9 rushes for 90 yards. First down and 10. Fakes the handoff. Looking downfield, has Cunningham at the 30. Is going to get sandwiched there. Is going to get to the 32. That's going to be a pickup of 11. Move the chains.
Another first down, and Cunningham has having a great game so far.
That's his 6th reception for 76 yards. From the near hash, Barrier's going to keep it himself across the 35, aiming for the sideline. He's going to step out of bounds at the 41. They're going to give him the 43.
Move the chains again, another first down. The clock stops with 46 seconds to move the chains.
That is 3 plays, 3 first downs for the Panthers. Now at their own 43.
Going to try and probably score before they go in here.
46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Panthers have 2 timeouts remaining. 3 wide. Barrier calls for the snap. Under pressure, steps up, and he's going to get wrapped up. And that was Jabraylon Jones making his first impact of the ball game. And that is a large
the big
man amongst boys down there.
Yeah, the big nose tackle for the Garrison Bulldogs coming up big there and getting the quarterback sacked for a loss of 1. They'll bring up 2nd down 11 after the timeout taken by Anahuac here. 39 seconds to go in the first half. As Alex said, be sure to stick around for the Porter's Processing halftime show. We'll have the performance of one of the bands at least, and then we'll have our analysis of the first half. Scores from around the area if the website will work. It seems like it's having a tough time. But appreciate Porter's Processing. It is Gator season, Alex, and they've already posted that they're starting to get quite a few Gators brought in.
There have been some big ones brought in as a weekend to celebrate Gators.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're not celebrating it, but
I'm not celebrating it either. So if you have time, save your money, go to Rice Festival. Yeah, I said it. Garza in wide open field, caught it in. He's at the 5, pushed out at the 4.
Stepped out of bounds at the 4.
Actually, they're going to mark him out at the 2. And all kinds of stuff going over on the far sideline here. Garrison coaches not happy whatsoever. Must see if I can't go back to the replay to see what happened there. Too busy throwing shade that we didn't even see the play develop.
50-yard pass and catch.
Oh, he is gone. And they're still going at it down there. Garrison coach is not happy whatsoever.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against.
Not having it as a white hat of this Tasso crew.
He must have said some magic words because he has been tossed from the ball game, and it's been quite some time since I've seen it. In fact, I'm trying to rack my brain.
I haven't seen it.
I've been doing this for 20-something years, and this may be the first time I've seen a football coach thrown out of a football game.
If he's not careful, they're going to get another one. And he will be walking back to the buses.
Wow. So with 31 seconds remaining, the Panthers are now at the 2 after half the distance to the goal on the unsportsmanlike conduct. 1st down and goal.
Should be the half yard line or half the distance.
Oh, he got pushed out at the 4.
Amazing pass and catch to Garza. Diving for the pylon, didn't quite get there. They have him marked down at the 1. 31 seconds remaining here in the first half of play.
Jumbo formation with Barrier now moving under center, and we had movement on the line.
Yeah.
That's going to be false start against the Panthers.
Yeah, and that'll back them up. Still 1st and goal. But the old tush push may not be happening again. Exchanging some personnel. Garza coming onto the field as well as Trotter.
Penalty backs it up to the 6. First and goal from the Bulldogs 6. Fakes the handoff. Throws. Garza puts the ball on the turf.
Almost lost it. Able to come back up with it is Garza.
Panthers still have a timeout remaining.
Man, Woodville all over Cold Spring, 26-0.
And it looks like they're going to run the clock down. And well, now they call a timeout with 13 seconds remaining. So that's going to be second down and goal from the 7. Second down and goal with 13 seconds remaining here in the first half. We'll try to get some information at the half to see why the Bulldogs coach was kicked out of the ballgame.
I think he was mad at my comment.
He could have been. There might be some people that will be. Trips to the near side. Sends man in motion. Coates right down the seam into the end zone. Touchdown from 7 yards out.
Just a slant over the middle to Coates. And we talked about it in the pregame when he was going to start seeing a little bit more action, and he has done so tonight. His second touchdown of the evening.
99 yards in less than a minute. Swinging gate formation turns into the point after. Garza set to tack it on. Snap back, kick up, and the kick is
no good. My gosh.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to the replay on that.
They called it good, and then they called it no good.
Let's see here, because it was kind of off. He kind of shanked it a little bit to the left. And I think, it went to the left of the upright and didn't make it, so it's no good.
So with 11 seconds remaining in the first half, the Panthers add on another touchdown. They've scored 2 in each quarter so far, making your score 28-0 on your Gore Propane scoreboard.
We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back for the remainder of the first quarter. 11 seconds remaining here in the first half. We'll be right back on Anahuac Sports Live.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers!
I guess. Welcome back to Anahuac Sports Live, Kyle White Stadium, where the Anahuac Panthers lead the Garrison Bulldogs 28-0. 11 seconds remaining here in the first half. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. And
Garza has the ball teed up at the 40. Gets into it. Pooch kick is going to come down at the 20, and it was farther than a pooch kick. And
got some room
around the left side, stops and pops at the 40.
Almost made him miss over there, man. That was a good move.
It's down to the 41, and we'll have time for one play here with 3 seconds remaining in the first half. Boy, Woodville is all over. Hardin Jefferson up on Buna, 7-0.
Yeah, waiting for that Orangefield Bridge City score to update as well. Got all of our district teams down there by the bottom trying to watch what they're doing.
McGuire rolls right, looks left, delivers, has a man open.
He might have
down the sideline or down the seam he goes. 10 into the end zone, touchdown with 3 seconds on the clock. The Bulldogs connect from 59 yards out.
And let's go back to that one if I caught it in time.
Yarbrough to McClure.
And I caught the tail end of it, but what a great play there by the Garrison Bulldogs to put some points on the board here before they go into the locker room. They'll be receiving the football when they come back out.
Whichever coach it was that got kicked out. Hopefully he could enjoy that touchdown from the locker room.
Probably on the outside of the fence, if I was just guessing.
See, that's 52.
The kick is up, and it is good. So
my eyesight's awful. Did you see the number?
I did not. At the end of the first half of play here at Kyle White Stadium, the Anahuac Panthers lead it 28-7. Invite everybody to stick around for the Porter's Processing halftime show. We'll have one of the band's performances and then Alex and I's analysis of the first half of play along with stats and scores from around the area. We'll be back here on Anahuac Sports Live for the Porter's Processing halftime show right after this.
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Your Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swanky Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drug Store in Anahuac.
Ladies and gentlemen, Garrison High School is proud to present the musical pride of Garrison High and the baddest band in the land, the Garrison High School Bulldog Band. We will begin tonight with a performance by our Garrison High School majorettes. Our majorettes are freshman Suhani Kumar, freshman Molly Milford, freshman Caitlin Jackson, sophomore Megan Kerbo, junior Madeline Bernard, junior Alexis Johnson, senior Ashlyn Best. The GHS majorettes are under the direction of Miss Chelsea Brewer. They will perform to Hand Clap. Tonight, the Bulldog Band will present a portion of their 2024 UIL contest show. The band is under the field direction of senior drum majors Shelton Beavers and Ashland Vett. Their performance will include Precision Fanfare, General Lee March, and Mighty Mike. And now, the Garrison Bulldog Band.
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Your Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swaukee Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
been talking this whole time, Alex. We've been talking this whole time, muted on the stream, muted down on the field.
Thanks, Justin, for giving me the heads up.
And I'm not about to go through all of those scores again. So everybody missed the stats. Everybody missed
the
halftime show in general, at least the second half of it there. So we apologize. Yeah, it's just one of those nights with the technology. Just me not pressing a button.
The 28-7 score at the half, we had already said it, but it's not really indicative of the performance in the first half of these two teams. Frankly, the Panthers should be up 28-0. Took their eye off the ball with 3 seconds remaining in the first half. And, pretty much from start to finish, Anahuac had been in charge of that ball game. So,
especially defensively, Ryan. We talked about how they've been able to control the football or control the running game from the Garrison Bulldogs, and they're all in there making their adjustments, and I'm sure Garrison's coaching staff trying to hit that reset button and trying to get this offense moving in the right direction. However, on the defensive side for the Panthers, been lights out, been really able to control the line of scrimmage and get into the backfield, and having to make the Garrison Bulldogs operate out of negative yardage a lot of the time. So, yeah, I do need to get it together, Carol. It's hard to work under these conditions, isn't it, Alex? I mean, would the producer get it together is all I can say. However, we're back here at Kyle White Stadium, about to get the second half of play kicked off. Some of the scores from around the area that I was just rattling off there, and I'll refresh it here on the bottom of your screen. Hardin Jefferson leading Buena 21-6. Woodville all over Cold Spring 26-6. East Chambers finally getting some breathing room against a Liberty team that we've kind of talked a lot about in the podcast over the last 3 weeks, and just their overall attitude and approach to football this year. East Chambers 28-6. This is kind of a big game just to see where East Chambers is, because we just kind of don't have a good feel for them right before we get to the Swamp Bowl. 7-7 all nighted up with Deweyville and Hardin. Kirbyville beating Corrigan. That was another game that I was very interested in to see where Kirbyville kind of stood. And if anybody's got an update on the Orangefield Bridge City game, would really like to know that one too. Garrison will receive the ball here in the second half of play. Appreciate Porter's Processing for sponsoring the halftime show here. As we mentioned earlier, it is Gator season, and be sure to visit our friends at Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm for all your gator hunting needs. They do an awesome job over there. Casey and Lindsay Hedges, always friends of the show and friends of Anahuac ISD and Panther Athletics. So huge supporters of the community is Porter's Processing over there.
Yeah, and talking about the celebration of Gators going on this weekend, there's a very good car show going on. Make sure you go see Ori Preseason and company out there, as it's going to be a lot of great cars, and will be fun. You can register if you still want to bring your car out tomorrow. Driving on up, lots of gifts and such that go out there. So please continue to support Ori and the car show.
Yeah, with that said, big shout out to Baytown Hat Company tonight. I want to let you know that Anahuac Sports Live is a big supporter of Baytown Hat Company. Give us a holler at Baytown Hat Company, because we know how you feel.
Garza's going to get the kick taken at the 9, cross the 20, cross the 25, and is finally going to come to rest at the 26-yard line, as that is where the Bulldogs will set up shop for their first possession of the second half. We'll see who's under center for the Bulldogs to start the second half.
Thank you, Larry Rivon, giving us an update. Bridge City up over Orangefield, currently 21-0.
Wow. Oh, okay. I heard that backwards. I was confused for a second. Pitch left as getting met at the line by Justin Netterville.
Caden Campbell also in on the tackle.
Pickup of 1 for Avery Yarbrough. 2nd down and 9. Just underway here in the second half. I'm going to assume one of the goals for the second half for the Panthers was to pitch a shutout. They almost had it in the first half. McGuire hands it off right side, running off tackle.
Man, and a big hit by number 74, Zeke Frere, for the Anahuac Panthers.
That was Najee Henderson on the carry. His first of the evening. He was able to pick up 3. We'll bring up 3rd down and 6. 2 for 8 on 3rd down. Garrison moving left to right.
Bucks in his own man. It's hit guard. The ball's on the ground.
And it's still loose and picked up by Kelly. But I'm assuming they blew the play dead.
It's trying to see who got back there to make the hit. And I think it was number 33, Justin Netterville again.
What a hit.
Boom, out from the outside and loses the football. They're going to call him down by contact, though, and bring up a 4th down and long.
By my count, that's the 4th tackle for a loss by Netterville this evening. Loss of 8 on the play. McGuire handling the punting duties for the Bulldogs.
Trying to get some personnel exchanged in for the punting unit.
And I don't think they were exchanging. I think they were short. Snap back.
Almost blocked.
Pressure was coming. Godfrey calls for the fair catch and takes it at the Panther 44-yard line, as that is where the Panthers will set up for their first possession of the second half with 9:39 remaining.
Good defensive stand there again by the Panthers to force the punt to start here in the second half of play. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. For those that are watching from Garrison, and of course all of our Anahuac faithful and the fans over there, always appreciate everyone.
Barrier, quick toss, right side. That's Garza. Garza gets across midfield, as that's going to be a pickup of 7.
I want to say 6.
Second down and 3. Fakes the handoff.
Just 3.
Barrier delivers to Coates, and it's going to be incomplete. And I don't know if he was actually trying to deliver it to Coates. I think he was trying to hit Cunningham on the comeback route, and Coates is so tall that he saw the ball, went up to try to get it. Nonetheless, incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, I didn't quite look up quick enough for that play.
Only the second 3rd down of the evening for the Panthers, as running into the line was Richardson. Richardson's going to get back to the line of scrimmage after he pulled back out and tried to get the edge. His first carry of the ball game goes for naught.
I mean, it was a good job popping out. Had nowhere to go up the middle.
Panthers kind of in no man's land, as they're going to go for it on 4th and 3.
There's a flag, free play.
And that is going to be caught.
They're going to say it's caught. Talon Cunningham on the free play.
That's going to be a pickup of 18.
They will decline it, obviously. Moves the chains, and another big play for Cunningham.
That is Lucas Wilson, Anahuac lawyer, first down.
94 yards on 7 receptions. Barrier out of the gun, fakes the handoff, quick toss, Cunningham across the 30, 25, down the line he goes.
Got a good block from Garza here on the near sideline.
As he's going to be marked out of bounds at the 19. That's a pickup of 12. Move the chains, first down.
And like I said, able to get to the outside of Garza, close to the sideline, able to get the first down, and Cunningham is having a great game.
Barrier fakes the handoff, toss to Trotter, in and out of the hands of Trotter, falls to the turf, will bring up second down.
Well, Trotter, you know, he has been out since that first scrimmage of the year, so probably a little rust going on his part. Haven't seen Brady look to him all that much today. Pass was a little bit high.
Second down and 10 inside the Bulldog red zone from the 19. Fakes the handoff. Down the seam he goes. Picked up and touchdown, Oscar Garza.
And Oscar the Magic Man Garza, I mean, like a bullet coming across the middle, and Brady delivers a strike. And another 6 points on the board for the Panthers.
Fifth touchdown pass of the evening for Barrier. Garza trying to tack on the extra point after his touchdown. Extra point is good. So with 7:54 remaining here in the third quarter, the Panthers strike first in the second half. Your new score, Anahuac 35, Garrison 7. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers.
And welcome back to Anahuac Sports Live. Trent Hart, Alex Outram, Kyla Hart, and Shane Rakestraw up above us doing the camera duties. 35-7 as the Anahuac Panthers just scored another touchdown from Brady to the Magic Man Garza. And he tees it up on his 40, getting ready to go with 7:54 remaining. Want to thank the Beginning Mexican Grill for sponsoring the third quarter of play. 508 Ross Sterling in Anahuac, 409-267-6198. Also want to shout out to the Anahuac Lady Panthers volleyball team getting a big win over Warren tonight at the Panther Den.
Kickoff is going towards the sideline and is a perfect kick as he tried to let it go out of bounds, and the Bulldogs are going to have their worst starting field position of the evening.
I mean, it looked like it was going to go out, but I mean, just died right there at the sideline, and man, that was an unfortunate.
And that's kind of what we talked about the first kickoff of the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's
so hard to judge.
It's a bang play. You have to make sure that you get the ball, but because it's the live ball. But at the same time, if it has a chance to get out of bounds, you're taking that risk.
Absolutely.
8 plays, 56 yards, ate up a minute 35 off the clock. It was barrier to Garza, 19 yards out. The extra point was good. Your score 35-7 on the Porter's Processing. The Gore Propane scoreboard. Handoff straight up the middle is going to 32. That's Chad Henderson.
Jesse Wilcox and Jackson Leith coming in to make the big hit.
Getting
hard in the backfield. Tyler Kelly.
That was Henderson again. Brings up third down just like that. 3rd down and 2. 2 for 9 on 3rd down this evening for the Bulldogs. Two backs, stacked receivers here on the near side, going with the wide receiver screen.
Had his knee down. Oh, coming in late a little bit there. No flag comes out, though. As he was catching it dropped his knee to the turf, marks him down.
It's a loss of 2 on the pass.
And they have no choice, deep in their own territory, having to punt it away once again.
That was Aaron Iverson on that reception. Only 3 completions tonight for the Bulldogs. So we'll take under 6:15 here and counting in the third quarter. Nice punt from McGuire. Godfrey trying to come in and pick it up, puts it on the turf, picks it back up, gets across midfield, spins out of a tackler, still pushing him forward and going down to about the 41-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Hard fought there by Godfrey after muffing the punt and getting a good return there. Turns out to be about 20 yards for him.
Second time that the Panthers have started in Garrison territory this evening. 5:59 remaining in the third quarter. Timeout Bulldogs. We'll take it with them back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need a long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get that lot cleared to build something great? Look no further. Trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate today at 409-267-1057 or visit them on Facebook at Title Services, Inc. From custom processing, professional guided hunts, high tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game, make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Go to portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8013.
Fakes the handoff. Coach across the 35-30 and gets taken out down to the 24. That's going to be enough to move the chains. First down.
Well, good job by Quandre and an excellent route there. Hitting him in stride was barrier and making a couple of men miss as he was headed toward the sideline. Kind of a dangerous move to get the tackle there to bring him down. Hit at the knees, but he gets up unfazed, and it'll be another first down.
Pick up a 17. Barrier out of the gun from the 24. Looks left, throws left to Cunningham. Low and incomplete.
Yeah, just a little bit too low to get Cunningham to haul it in, and we've got a player down on the field, so we're going to take it with him. We'll be right back here on Anahuac Sports Live. Don't go anywhere. 35-7 with 5:40 remaining in the third.
I think he's cramping.
Since 1948, Wilcox Drugstore has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drugstore offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drugstore, delivering solutions, delivering confidence.
Second down and 10 after the incompletion. Barrier looks right, goes right. Fade is going to be off the fingertips of the intended receiver. I cannot see that far.
It was Logan Trotter over there on the far sideline, just unable to haul it in. Very well covered over there as he was matching him step for step. And yeah, it's hard to see what the numbers are from this distance.
Third down and 10. From the far hash, Anahuac moving right to left. Under pressure, Barrier delivers on the out route, complete to Cunningham at the 11.
And able to get his feet, make sure that he got his feet in before he went out of bounds, was Talon Cunningham on that pass. And man, what a night Cunningham is having so far.
280 through the air for Barrier. 121 on 9 receptions for Cunningham. First and goal from the 10. Barrier fakes the handoff, delivers.
Hit immediately.
Is that Garza?
It is.
Pick
Slow
up
to get
6.
up. Little stinger on the leg there by Garza, but able to haul it in inside the 5 now.
Garza's going to check out for a play.
I'll tell you what, Garza has been working out of that slot very well for the Panthers.
Kelly checks in as a blocker. Barrier, handoff. Delo fighting his way forward, still keeping the legs churning. Is only going to pick up 1, though. Will bring up third down and goal.
I'm not sure if they even gave him 1 on that play. Another timeout going to be called on the field. We're going to take it with them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Anahuac Sports Live.
Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at swankyinsurance.com.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart, Shane Rakestraw here from Kyle White Stadium. Your prime time crew this evening. 4:10 remaining in the third quarter. 2 wide with Barrier out of the gun. Sends Kelly in motion. Fakes the handoff to De La O. Looking left, looking for Kelly. Finds his man Coates in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Man, rolling out to his left was Barrier. Was actually looking for Kelly, like you said, here down on the near side. But Quandre, again, able to break free in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Third touchdown of the evening for Coates. 6th through the air for Barrier. The route is on. Point after is good. So with 4:05 remaining in the third quarter.
Is it 42?
I'm doing math. Remember, I went to Humble. Yeah, it should be 42.
Okay. My
Missed extra point.
My scoreboard skills,
2-point conversion.
they're not on point tonight. So
7 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42, right? All right, cool. Just making sure.
Yeah.
4:05 remaining in the third quarter. Panthers lead the Bulldogs 42-7. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Want to know Anahuac's best kept secret? The Crawfish Hideaway is just that. From fresh Cajun boiled crawfish, shrimp, snow crab, and even homemade gumbo. While you're there, be sure to try their famous fried gator bites or boudin egg rolls. Starting in December, come get your bug on at 400 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-6060, or you can find them online at crawfishhideaway.com. The Crawfish Hideaway, proud supporters of Anahuac ISD and Panther Athletics.
Coastal Field Services, Southeast Texas' go-to company for right-of-way mowing, land clearing, site preparation, industrial commercial herbicide application, and industrial commercial site ground maintenance. No matter what your property maintenance or clearing needs are, you can rely on the professionals at Coastal Field Services. For more information, call 832-900-9800, or you can visit them at coastalfieldservicesllc.com.
Kickoff is going to be taken at the 23. Up the gut he goes, and is going to be met at the 35. Ball was put on the turf. It looks like they're calling him down by contact. And the Bulldogs will start this possession from their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, I fully expect to see some second-team players, and I am seeing some second-team players starting to fill in for the Anahuac Panther defense. Trying to get them some time at the varsity level.
Out of the gun is McGuire. Offset on his right by Chad Henderson. And busting up the play quickly on the loss of 4. Is that Caden Campbell?
I thought it was 21, but I'm not.
Jackson Leaf.
Looking for a number over there. I'm keeping my eye on him, but I'm not sure. It's actually number 41. That was Porter Chenault.
McGuire rolling right, under pressure, looking downfield, unloads, and is going to fall to the turf, incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd down and 14. 2 for 10 on 3rd down this evening for the Bulldogs. Coons on top of Huntington, 35-0 at the half. From the 32, 3rd down and 14. Different quarterback is going to take it up the middle. As Yarbrough, nice saving tackle there by Bladen Josephson as he got a hand to trip up Antonio Yarbrough after a pickup of 9 brings up 4th down.
Yeah, if Josephson wouldn't have been there, he'd have had all the way to go to the house because there was plenty of green out in front of him and no Panther defense to stop him.
Offense still on the field, 4th down and 6.
Yeah, no choice here.
Takes the handoff under duress and dropped on 4th down. And
flag comes out.
Porter Chenault.
I'm not sure why the flag came out. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike against the Panthers.
It should be dead ball. That was after the play.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one because he made a great play, got up and kind of celebrated it. Unless there was just some mouthing like crazy that was going on. Yeah, surprised on that particular flag.
Wow.
The Anahuac faithful not happy with that one. Rightfully so.
So that actually makes the Bulldogs 3 for 3 on 4th down. Late hit.
Yeah, it's a late hit.
On 41? He wasn't down.
First and 10 from Panther territory. Pitch left to Antonio Yarbrough. Yarbrough hurdling defenders and is going to be taken down after a pickup of 7. Second down and 3.
So they called a late hit on that play. I thought it was something along the lines of just like taunting or, just running in his mouth, but definitely wasn't that. Nonetheless, second down and 3 coming for the Garrison Bulldogs. And as I said earlier, you don't want to fall asleep on this Garrison team. They can still run the football well.
McGuire under center, handoff, last man through. See who gets off the bottom of the pile. That's Antonio Yarbrough. Needed 3. Got 3. First down and 10 from the 38 of the Panthers. Tick under 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. McGuire sets back, looking downfield, has a man in double coverage and is broken up. Chad Godfrey in on the breakup, brings up second down.
Sure that the Garrison Bulldogs definitely weren't planning on passing as much as they have here in Anahuac tonight.
14 attempts. Twenty 14 attempts to 29 rushing. McGuire rolling left, under pressure. It's going to be taken down.
Tyler Kelly
in on the sack. And that is going to be some sort of loss. Is that going to be a loss of 10? Nope, loss of 9. Second down at 19. Two for 11 on third down. And that will bring a close to the third quarter of play. We invite you to stick around for the fourth and final quarter of action. It's Anahuac 42, the Bulldogs 7. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Jerry's Oysters is a 3-generation family-owned and operated business located on Galveston Bay since 1970. Offering fresh, hand-shucked, and in-shell oysters year-round, Jerry's Oysters are available at your local H-E-B, or you can make a visit to their location in Smith Point, Texas. Locally sourced, high-quality, wild-caught, where our world is your oyster. For more information, call 409-355-2243 or go to jerrysoysters.com. Gore Propane, family owned and operated by Jimmy and Renee Gore, has been servicing Chambers and surrounding counties since 1998. Gore Propane is the go-to company for all your propane needs, offering competitive pricing on tank sales, lease, residential, and commercial propane sales and bottling. They also offer automatic route and will call propane delivery for your convenience. Senior and veterans discounts available. Call Gore Propane today at 409-389-2245.
I want to remind everybody, if you want to get a special shout out here in the fourth quarter of play on Anahuac Sports Live, live on the air, you can donate to Venmo at Anahuac Sports Live, CashApp, Anahuac Sports Live, or on PayPal. You've got some ideas, Alex, that we might do some wireless video and maybe some sideline cameras and getting multiple views up on the field here soon. So any donation will definitely help out that cause and also help us out to keep these broadcasts absolutely free to you and those watching. And we very much appreciate all the donations and everybody watching. If you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for YouTube. We very much appreciate all of our subscribers. I think we're inching up there close to the 1,800 mark.
So they're only marking it third down and 14.
Okay.
They gave him 5 yards. Inside handoff, nonetheless, 30, 20. to Antonio Yarbrough.
That was strange. I had it as 3rd and 19.
Yeah, they messed up the spot on the change of quarter. So that messes up my math. 22, 53 yards for Yarbrough. So he gets the call again. He's going to pick up a yard. Eleventh play of the drive coming for the Bulldogs. Second down and 9, just outside the red zone. Lone setback is Henderson. McGuire takes a shot, delivers the pass, and it is complete for the pickup of 10.
Want to shout out Caesar Dello for donating to the channel. Very much appreciate you watching, Caesar. And thank you so much for the donation.
So they're going to mark it 3rd down and short. As we have a timeout on the field.
So 3rd and short, actually. Okay. They keep messing me up on the spot.
We're trying to get some updated scores.
Well, they're in the 4th quarter over there in Cold Spring. 26-6 is still the score. Liberty scored a touchdown, 28-14 over there now. Bridge City all over Orangefield, 21-0. Corrigan Camden able to score now. A 1-score ball game in Kirbyville, 21-14.
I need Atascocita and Cedar Park to come from behind. Let's look at who Ray Parkinson took. He was pretty proud of his undefeated streak last week. Pick up a 3, moves the chains, 1st down.
Yeah, Ray Parkinson having a great week last week in week 2 with the Pick'ems. Went 7-0, had a great score pick for the game of the week. A shout out Nicole Lewell. I don't want to mispronounce your name, Llewellyn, for her donation. Very much appreciate you, Nicole. Appreciate you watching and supporting the channel.
1st and goal inside the 10 of the Panthers. McGuire throws incomplete, brings up 2nd down. So this should move Anahuac up to 3A charts.
It definitely will.
Depending on outcomes of teams ahead of them.
I don't want to jinx anything, but the Anahuac and it has been just on the outside looking in on the rankings part of it. Not that that's really important. The overall goal here for the Panthers is to win the district championship and get into the playoffs as the quarterback keeps it himself and gets it close to the 13 where he's brought down. That'll bring up 3rd down and goal.
That fog isn't helping anything. They're at the 8 after the pickup of 1. 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, wind is starting to fog up here and make sure that they got the thing shut up there.
We're getting lower and lower trying to see out the window. McGuire under center, hands to the last man through. That's Henderson. Henderson dragging defenders with him. He's going to get down to the 2 after a pickup of 6. I could not tell if that was Chad or Najee. Is that a 30 or 32? That's 32. That's Chad.
A hard run there by the running back, trying to push his way through. Ball on the 2. I can't imagine that they might do that same play again. 4th and goal now. Anahuac faithful stopping and into the end zone, though. Touchdown, Garrison.
Garrison 4 of 4 on 4th down this evening. So Henderson gets it into the end zone for the second score of the evening for the Bulldogs. On to tack on the point after.
Left leg kicker.
As Henderson pushed the extra point on the board after his touchdown run. Your new score with 8:47 remaining in the ball game is Anahuac 42, Garrison 14, as we'll be back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Mouth-watering burgers, fresh local seafood, and so much more. Make Channel Marker 17 the destination to satisfy any appetite. At the mouth of Double Bayou on beautiful Trinity Bay, take in the great views dining outside by the water while enjoying a great meal with the family. Takeout and dine-in is available. Call 409-252-4370 and find out why Channel Marker 17 is the treasure of Oak Island.
Back here at Kyle White Stadium in Anahuac, where the Panthers lead it 42-14 here with 8:47 remaining in the football game.
And we're just over 8.5 remaining. You want to, for both sides, you want to make sure that you get out of the ball game healthy as the ball takes some bounces, taken at the 5, trying to find somewhere to go across the 10, and the Panthers are going to not have the best starting field position for this drive with 8:40 remaining.
Yeah, kind of another miscue there on handling that kickoff. Want to thank Four Corner Tires for sponsoring the fourth quarter of play. 812 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-4444. Appreciate Four Corner Tires.
First down and 10 for the Panthers from the 14. Is Barrier still in the game? I cannot see.
Looks to be, yes.
Jet sweep is going to pick up good yardage. Going to pick up 6.
That was number 8, Jatwan Doide. And I know I'm messing that name up too. The sophomore.
Please don't.
We're seeing them tell me stop. So,
is it a timeout?
I can't see.
You can't.
What?
Here, let me, I think it is. There's a timeout on the field. Not sure who took it. I think it was Garrison, possibly.
Garrison take the timeout?
We'll take it with them real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. 8:21 remaining in the ball game. Anahuac leads at 42-14 on the Gore Propane scoreboard.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers.
Oh, I got you. Back here from Kyle White Stadium, handoff is going to go to Richardson. Richardson fights his way forward, is going to get the first down. And in at quarterback is Braden Such. Speaking of four-corner tires, handoff. Richardson coming around the right side.
It's going to be a hold against the Panthers.
And they've got a whole slew of second-string players into the ball game now.
And that's what it was. It was a hold against the Panthers. That'll back them up.
Such getting the play call from the sideline. First down and 10 from the 15. Such comes out of the gun. 3 wide. Low snap. Handoff. Richardson's going to be caught from behind and dropped. That's going to be a loss of 3. We'll bring up second down at 23.
Yeah, just nowhere to go with the football was Richardson there.
That was the third penalty of the ball game for 30 yards against the Panthers.
Biggest thing for Richardson, and one of the things that we said that he really trying to work on is ball control and holding on to it.
Yeah, he's got all the attributes you'd want out of a running back. He's got size, speed. Just got to hold on to the rock. Such out of the gun. Handoff. Richardson straight up Broadway is going to pick up the yardage he lost. Will still be third down and 20. As I have it, only the 5th third down of the evening for the Panthers.
Wow.
And no punts. I'm sorry, 1 punt.
Man, Huffman all over Splendora, 55-19.
Oof.
And man, Splendora put up 70-plus points in the week 1. Just having to fall on it was Such. Low snap at his feet, bring up 4th down and a punt.
Just trying to burn clock here in the 4th quarter, get everybody out of here healthy.
So Delao, for the second time this year, having to kick from the end zone. We saw it last week where he was on the back of the end zone. (28-0) Bridge City in the 3rd. Thank you, Larry, for that update.
Good snap. Short punt is going to take a Bulldog bounce and will be marked at the 31.
Yeah, kind of a punt that we don't see out of Delao very often. Coming up short, and Garrison will start this possession in Panther territory. Really good field position to try and put a little bit more points on the board to make it a little bit more respectable.
Well, we travel out to League City next week. Is that Clear Lake? Technically.
I'm not positive. I looked it up not too long ago, and I can't remember exactly where it was. Lutheran South is who will we be playing. Anahuac Sports Live will be there.
And almost intercepted by. Well, if he didn't,
number 9,
if he didn't have a cast on,
or 8, I can't make it out.
Bladen Josephson. If he didn't have a cast on, it probably would have been easier to intercept that ball. Yes, Lutheran South next week. As we ramp up to district play. McGuire out of the gun, under pressure.
Hit hard.
As he threw, and it's going to fall incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, hit hard in the backfield. Couldn't quite see, but there was like 3 Panthers back there putting him under pressure. Looking for the flag was the would-be receiver. Wasn't going to get it at this point in the football game.
I think McGuire's going to be a little sore tomorrow. .456 remaining in the ball game. Anahuac leading 42-14 on your Gore Propane scoreboard. McGuire offset to his left by Chad Henderson. Handoff, and it's going to be caught in the backfield and dropped.
Big loss there.
Loss of 6.
Don't have our rosters on our screen anymore, but well covered there, and getting in the backfield was the Panther front.
4th down and 16. Clock rolling. Under 4.5 remaining in the ball game. The Bulldogs trying to keep their 4th down streak alive, and they call a timeout. We'll take it with them. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need a long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get that lot cleared to build something great? Look no further. Trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate today at 409-267-1057 or visit them on Facebook at Title Services, Inc.
I want to remind everybody, if you have a business that you would like to get some advertising for, we have some spots available here on Anahuac Sports Live. Plenty of time left in the season to get your business on our broadcast. Always looking for quarter sponsors, prime sponsors to get you a full commercial. We can design it and edit it to your company's needs. Whatever you might want on it, we can definitely do that for you. You can call me at 409-527-2949, or you can email me at AnahuacSportsLive@gmail.com. Like I said, plenty of time left in the season to get your advertising with ASL.
4th and 16. McGuire rolls right, looking downfield, unloading, and is going to be incomplete. And the Panthers, for the first time tonight, have shut down the Bulldogs on 4th down. More importantly, turnover on downs, and the Panthers will now try to run the remaining 4 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock. What a guy Ray Parkinson is. Tell you what, he can do anything. Just wash some windows here.
Yes. World's best squeegee man.
Grilled some hamburgers last night. You can catch him out at the Masonic Lodge tomorrow. If you're going to go celebrate alligators.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have to go out there, be sure to park with a Masonic Lodge.
Such toss play. Trying to find some wiggle room. Is going to pick up about a yard. We'll bring up 2nd down and 9. You're just joining us with the score out of hand, a bunch of the second string in the ball game. Braden Such and at quarterback, the sophomore. Pitch right.
Ooh, hit hard.
And it's going to be met by a host of Bulldog defenders.
Looks like Josephson was the ball carrier.
And he was the last to get off the pile. I don't believe it was Josephson, though. I want to say it was Richardson. Hands broken. Pitch left. Richardson gets the corner at 40, 45.
Close to the first down. Going to be short of it, though.
It's going to end up 3 yards short after the pickup of 8. Panthers will probably keep the offense on the field and try to pick up this first down to burn some more clock.
That's exactly what they're going to do. What I was going to say is I hate that they call it trash time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never liked that term particularly.
Inside handoff is going to go for the first down.
That'll do it.
Let's see who got the rock that time. That was Richardson. Richardson moves the chains. 20th first down of the ball game for the Panthers, and that should do it. 3 knees. And the Panthers will be moving to 3-0, while the Garrison Bulldogs will be moving to 2-1. Definitely appreciate them making the drive this year, as we'll be returning the favor next year.
Definitely appreciate them making the drive. I was not looking forward to going to Woodville twice in 2 weeks.
Back-to-back weeks. Pitch left. That went to Jatwan Doidai as he loses a yard. I hope I'm saying that right. Second down and 11. 55 seconds and counting. This is a good win tonight, Trent. The Panthers needed to come out and take care of business, and that's exactly what they did.
And no doubt about it. I mean, what's going to be interesting to see the conversation that we'll have on the 5-9-in Sports Show. We'll be there Sunday night as Such takes a knee, and that will be it here in Anahuac, as the Panthers will win it 42-14 over Garrison. And again, we'll be in the hot box and the Porter's Processing Swamp Box Sunday night, recording the 5-9-in Sports Show podcast. We'll drop that either late Sunday night or Monday morning. Like I said, be able to get in on the pick'ems that will drop Monday morning as well. Still early on in the season, you can get in on it. Awesome prizes being awarded by Porter's Processing and Randy's Rubs to the first 3 places in the pick'ems contest.
So that'll do it, as we have hit 0-0 on the scoreboard, and the Panthers move to 3-0 on the season. They defeat the Garrison Bulldogs 42-14. Stay tuned for the Crawfish Hideaway postgame show, as we'll be back to wrap things up after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist,
Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. The Beginning Mexican Grill. Community Christian Fellowship Church. Chambers County Abstract Company. Coastal Field Services. The Crawfish Hideaway. Four Corner Tires and Oil. Your Propane. Jerry's Oysters. Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm. Title Services Incorporated. Swanky Insurance Agency. And Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac. Man, big news. And the humble Atascocita has come back on Austin Westlake. 39-21 is the final over there. That's what I get for second guessing myself, Alex.
I told you, Atascocita, the Eagles are legit. and
They are.
We mentioned
They really are.
That is, in my opinion, the toughest district in the state of Texas.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, it really is.
Atascocita, North Shore, Summer Creek, all three of which made deep runs. And to get to Dallas last year, they faced off in the regional final.
That is
North Shore and Atascocita.
Yeah,
that
is a huge win for Atascocita. Austin Westlake was ranked above them, so going to be, excuse me, going to be some shakeup in the rankings come Monday for sure, as humble Atascocita takes care of business, and I'm glad to see it, honestly, even though I changed my mind on the pick'ems there at the last second. Going with Westlake and not going with my gut there, but good to see for them. But the final here in Anahuac, the Anahuac Panthers take care of business and win in a big way that may or may not shake up some things in those rankings as well, depending on how the top 10 teams do in 3A Division I. In 2A Division I, however, I expect Garrison to fall a little bit, maybe not as much, considering they were playing up into a 3A Division I team. I don't think they'll fall out of the top 10 completely, but definitely a good game for them as far as seeing the competition early on in the preseason and moving on into their district play, as they're in a pretty tough district over there, I think, with Timpson.
Now, kudos to them, playing up and, making sure that they don't have an easy schedule. In that district that they play in, as you said, with Timpson, it's a battle every single week. And they're just trying to get ready for district play. And they ran into an Anahuac Panther team who is looking to do big things, looking to break some records here in Anahuac. And the Panthers move to 3-0, show that they have the talent on offense and defense, and just an overall, just from start to finish, complete ball game.
No, there's no doubt about that either. I mean, the Anahuac Panthers defense showing up again in a big way tonight. Anxious to see when those total stats come out, early next week, to see how the defense is, the yardage. I think they've only allowed 50-something yards per game so far, and I think that's going to be even improved after this week. So how are some of those stats as you have them for the football game, Alex?
I was doing some quick math here. They ended up giving up some yardage with that last play of the first half and in the second half with the backups in. But for Garrison, Antonio Yarbrough was the leading rusher for them, 15 rushes, 54 yards.
I made local news, and I really don't care.
Avery Yarbrough, 9 rushes for 22 yards, 7 rushes for 11 for Riley McGuire, and 1 rush for 6 yards for Najee Henderson, 6 rushes for 12 yards, and a touchdown for Chad Henderson. As for through the air, Riley McGuire ended up with 96 yards through the air and way more passes than they intended to throw today, as he goes 5 of 13 for 96 yards and a touchdown. Yarbrough 0 for 4 with an interception. Winder 0 for 1. And it was Antonio Yarbrough 0 for 1 as well. Iverson had 2 receptions for -6 yards. McClure had 1 touchdown for 59 yards, the last play of the first half. And it was Avery Yarbrough, 1 catch for 13 yards, had 5 penalties for 30 yards against the Bulldogs. They ended up going 2 for 14 on 3rd down, 4 for 5 on 4th down, and had 11 first downs in the ball game as we have it. For the Panthers, leading rusher was Thomas Dalo, 10 rushes, 91 yards. Richardson had 8 for 18. Barrier had 3 for 15. Barrier also through the air, threw for 295 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he was 22 of 29. So fantastic evening for Brady Barrier, even with the interception. Cunningham, 9 receptions for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. Garza, 6 receptions for 93 yards and a touchdown. Coates, 5 for 57 and 3 touchdowns. Trotter had a reception for 25, and Dodai had 1 for 6, 3 penalties, 30 yards, 21 first downs on the evening for the Panthers. Had them 1 for 5 on 3rd down and 1 for 2 on 4th down for the evening. And what was, really a domination of this Bulldog football team.
Yeah, it really was, and like you said, it was something that the Anahuac Panthers really needed to accomplish here so early in the season. We're in week 3. It's more of a statement game for the Anahuac Panthers. I mean, credit to the Garrison Bulldogs. Y'all have a long way to go. I fully expect them to make another deep run into the playoffs in 2A Division I. So best of luck to Garrison and safe travels home. We really appreciate you once again coming out here to make that long trip. But the Anahuac Panthers, like you said, have big plans. They want to try and win area for the first time, I think, since the early 90s as well. And they first have to, try and win this district to get a better seed into the playoffs for that bi-district round. You got to do it one at a time. But I think that is most likely the overall goal for the Anahuac Panthers in a pretty tough district. I mean, like you said, we haven't really figured out what East Chambers is about yet. I plan on watching some film on them this coming week. Kirbyville is another one that we're keeping a close eye on. Cold Spring joining the district this year after the realignment. So, I mean, a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to this district. But the Anahuac Panthers really are looking like they're firing on all cylinders.
100%. At this point, seeing the competition in the district and the way that the Panthers have been playing, they have to have the bullseye on their back in district with the overall goal of taking the district championship outright, going undefeated, and then making a deep run in the Texas high school playoffs.
Definitely, and definitely look forward to it. Anahuac Sports Live will be there every step of the way. Join us next week as we'll be traveling to Lutheran South. Some scores around the area. As we mentioned earlier, Atascocita comes back and beats Austin Westlake 39-21. Clear Creek and Channelview knotted up at 19. Let me just scroll through here to the more relevant to our area. Barbers Hill now leading Deer Park 28-21, a one-possession ball game in the fourth quarter over there. Let me refresh it. Maybe some of these games have gone final. Fort Bend Marshall is beating Crosby 27-14. Port Arthur Memorial now trailing Fort Bend Hightower. They were trailing them at halftime, actually, 27-26, a close ball game over there. Port Arthur ranked number 10. Cedar Park, man, see, this is why I should have just went with my guts. This is a game that was our game of the week. It has gone final. Huntsville 48, Cedar Park 28.
I'm very surprised by that final score.
Yeah. Kind of a high-scoring game with kind of what I expected. We'll see how the differential comes out. Dayton beats New Caney Porter 42-20. Or they're actually beating them. They're gotten in the fourth quarter over there as well. Silsbee. Which one are you looking at? I already did that one. Barbers Hill is leading. Yeah. Where was it? I saw one. Silsbee, there it is. Silsbee's leading Nederland right now, 37-24. Silsbee popping up into the top 10 this week. Splendora getting blown out by Huffman, 61-19. I'm sure we'll have something to say about that on the podcast. 28-0, Bridge City in the third. I'm sure that's in the fourth quarter by now. Hardin Jefferson is beating Buna 28-6. Liberty attempted to come back there in the fourth quarter, though, 42-20. Is East Chambers is leading that one. Livingston trails Nacogdoches in a close game, 20-16. Jasper over Lumberton, 29-17. They're in the fourth still. Hampshire Finette kind of had a rough start to the 2024 season. Leading Vider 47-20. They're still in the fourth quarter. Tyler Chapel Hill is narrowly beating White House 21-13. Tarkington gets just rolled over by Anderson Shiro 41-7. Shepherd, man, they put up some big points there after in the second half, 52-22 over Buffalo. That has gone final. West Orange Stark beats Waco La Vega 35-27. Woodville and Cold Spring 39-6. Woodville leads it in the fourth quarter. Kind of a telltale game there for us when it comes to Cold Spring, and that's definitely something that we're going to be talking about Sunday night. Columbus rolls over Needville, and man, that's a good Columbus team. For this region, Alex, that is a team that we're keeping a very, very close eye on, and with them and Hitchcock as well in the same district, which goes to say about how important it is to get the first seed out of our district so that you're not on the same side of the bracket as Columbus. You'll be on the same side of the bracket as Hitchcock, potentially, but you don't want to see them in the area round. You'd much rather see them in a regional final type situation if it came to that.
We've seen Columbus the last couple of years. We've seen Franklin the last couple of years. So want to definitely stay on the right side of the bracket.
Dieball beats Rusk 24-19, kind of a closer game than what was expecting, but Rusk, a 4A team. Let's see here. Lorena and Franklin, a game that we were watching, 35-21, Franklin leading it, and I'm pretty sure that I got that one correct, as Lorena is not quite what they were last year. Mentioned Hitchcock earlier. They beat Lamar. They're beating Lamarck 61-7, really taking care of it over there. Hardin beats Deweyville in the final seconds of the game, 13-7. Huntington loses to Kuntz 35-0. Oregon Camden trying to edge its way back, but 34-14. Kirbyville leads it over there. And let's see, Newton and Tatum, man, it went final. What a close game over there. Tatum, a ranked team. Newton getting their first win on the season. 32-30 is the final over there. Warren beating Sabine Pass 35-19. Lovelady doing what they do best. Actually lost to Timpson last week, getting their first loss of the year. 59-0 over Groveton. And that will round up our scoreboard for the night.
All right. Last thoughts on tonight's contest.
Well, I think that the Anahuac Panthers did a great job. I mean, they've been banged up a little bit, but it didn't really show, especially on the defensive side of the football. And if I'm the coaching staff, yeah, I'm very pleased, but I'm keeping my foot on the gas and keeping on doing what I have to do in order to win these football games and win them big. Looking forward to a non-district matchup to wrap up the preseason next week against Lutheran South, and then we'll start district the week after that. But the Anahuac Panthers are primed, and there's a lot of buzz surrounding this team, a lot of hype. Just got to not get complacent, Alex. Don't get comfortable and get the idea that you're, heads and tails about everything, because on any given Friday night, it can bite you. So the Anahuac Panthers just need to keep focused, doing what they're doing, and we'll see what happens here in the next few weeks.
Absolutely. To those asking in the chat about the car show tomorrow, make sure you go out and see Corey Preseason and all of them putting on a fantastic car show over at the festival celebrating Gators. And that's going to wrap things up tonight from Kyle White Stadium, as Alex Outram speaking on behalf of my broadcast partner Trent Hart and our videographers Tyler Hart and Shane Rakestraw, reminding you of your final score. Anahuac defeats Garrison 42-14. Stay tuned to our social medias to see what all we will be putting on this week, and we will talk to you again next Friday. Have a good weekend, everybody. So long.
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Your Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swanky Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.